Truth. We have several interesting topics we'll be discussing, which indeed you will learn a lot about it. Most specifically, it's about debt recovery in Ghana, something that most people are not that familiar with. But then I'm sure when it gets to the discussion point, the Chief Executive Officer for First Collect Ghana Limited is here with us to discuss. I'm privileged to have the CEO of First Collect Ghana Limited by the name of Alhaji Suleiman Issa. Welcome to the Platform of Truth. Well, we are looking at debt recovery, and that is your area of specialization. But then, first of all, First Collect Ghana Limited used to be known as J. Returns Investments. And so, how long has the First Collect itself been operating in Ghana?
Thank you very much, and greetings to the cherished viewers. I said First Collect Ghana Limited. Recently, we just changed the name. That is in January.
Okay.
But we started in September 2015. That's J Returns Investment Management. So I said J Returns Investment Management Limited have been in the system for getting to 2 years now, and people know about J Returns. But as it is now, we have First Collect Ghana Limited.
First Collect
Ghana Limited. That's our the current name now.
Okay. Now, back to our topic, debt recovery. I believe that is as a result of companies getting huge debts and not being able to retrieve their monies. That's why it has necessitated companies like First Collect to come into existence and to operate as business. Can you tell me some of the other things that necessitates why debt collecting agencies are now in the increase in the country?
Yeah, thank you very much once again. I said debt recovery. When you hear the name debt recovery, it means, let's say you have an contract or an agreement with somebody on the credit basis. Let's say when we talk about the financial sector, that is the bank. Let's say you have given a loan to somebody based on an agreement, and you have a rescheduled payment that this person is supposed to pay this money in 1 year and based on monthly installments. This person have agreement with you. You have agreement with the person, let me say that. And here in the case, the person default. In business term, when I say default, let's say you breach the contract. So what happened is the person have done all his best to collect the money from you, and you didn't be able to pay the money. So we come to the picture. That is the debt recovery. We have many of them. We have the individual one. You have borrowed money to somebody in the circumstance of the person to pay you back, and the person didn't be able to pay back. That's what brought debt recovery.
You see, the surprising thing is that you'd realize individuals have scary method of retrieving monies. In some cases, some pronounce instant justice on people who owes them just because they are not able to repay them. Indeed, with debt recovery companies now in Ghana, I believe people will start running to you guys to assist them in collecting money. But the most controversial question is this. Has there been instances where companies can outright sell their debt to you guys?
Yeah.
Then you take it upon yourself.
Okay. I said we have scenarios like that, but there's nothing like that. I may say that there's nothing like that where you are buying a debt. If I may get to your question well, to buy a debt in a particular price where you can recover yourself.
Yeah.
We have something called debt management.
Okay.
When you talk about debt management, in the circumstance, let's say you are the debtor. In financial term, when I say debtor, it means you the borrower, you go for the money. And here it happens that you can be able to pay. We have organizations that you will come to that will go to the creditor where you have taken the facility from, and will write to the creditor and have a consensus, that is agreement, meeting of the mind together with the creditor. That as it is now, this is the figure, but my client, that is a debtor, cannot be able to pay that price outright. So we are going to have a reschedule. You go agreement with a company, that's the debt management company, that will provide a particular figure that you believe that you'll be able to pay. So when you have that, then that company will write to your creditor. Then the company is now representing you.
Okay. So there will be an official communication introducing the debt company now taking over. Is that what you are?
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
talking?
That is the debt management.
Okay.
That one look different than the debt recovery.
Okay.
So on that one we have that, then you have to fulfill. That's you, the borrower. That's the debtor. Have to pay to that company. That's the debt management company. For the debt management company to be able to pay the creditor.
In that case, the original owner
Okay.
is out of the scenario now.
Exactly.
And then the debt management company now handles the transaction between themselves and then the borrower.
Sure.
That's good. That's wonderful. Well, viewers, we are learning something today, and indeed, we are looking at the topic debt recovery. We are discussing debt recovery here in Ghana with none other than the Chief Executive Officer of First Collect Ghana Limited. So, as you are elaborating earlier on, basically, if you do some of these checks and balances, that is when you can see on authority that you can go for this business or not, if I understand you clearly.
Sure. That's it.
Okay. So then, do you target clients here in Ghana only or outside Ghana?
Yeah, it's worldwide. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I would say, based on worldwide, that is the company. But in operation, so far we are in Ghana now. That's what we are doing.
I see.
Okay.
But another issue here is that First Collect as a company, okay, the kind of clients that comes to you per your analysis and checks and balances, are there more of individuals or more of corporate institutions?
Yeah, I would say both. But so far, under the corporate bodies, we have 22 clientele so far that we are recovering for. And the individual, we have over 13 people, the individual.
The individual.
Exactly.
In this case, are we on track if we say that individuals who are having difficulties in getting their monies from businesses they do, or businesses gone bad or wrong, can also come for the services of debt collectors?
Of course, they can just call us and get to our office. We are ready to help them.
But one problem as Muslims is our understanding of some of these business, what do we call it, transactions and business management, in terms of where the person would feel that definitely the business that you are operating, which is running down as a result of monies locked up at clients. If the monies are being retrieved, it can reshape your business back. But then the debt collecting company would also come to do the job at a fee, I assume.
Yeah, sure.
Do you do it by percentage? Or with that also it's negotiable?
Yeah, for now, you see, debt recovery, you can't go into an agreement with a client and said, give me 1,000 Ghana cedi before we can start business. What shows that if I give you 1,000 Ghana cedi, you can deliver? So we, as First Collect Ghana Limited, I said we have a nice way where we can make you, our client, comfortable. So what we normally do is we have a policy called no recovery, no commission. So it's based on commission, what we collect.
Is there a cross-board in all the companies?
Yeah, we have some people that charge administration fee or operation fee.
As in debt recovery companies?
As in debt recovery companies in Ghana. Some of you will charge you administration that you have to pay. That's what you use. They believe that that's what you use to chase the debtors to see how far. Because one challenge is that I said is some of the clients will come to you and explain things to you based on their view. But when you get to the debtors, you realize that it's different things altogether.
Okay.
So that's why you can see that some of the debt recovery companies will take that administration so that they will not use their expenses to go and chase the debt. Later they will realize that it's not.
It's something that is non-existent.
Exactly. It's not non-existent per se, but I would say the agreement or the transaction didn't go through well. Okay, that's what I said.
So then, how do the debt recovery companies like First Collect go in for funds whereby the client is not within your jurisdiction?
Yeah, what I would say is we operate nationwide.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I travel personally to Kumasi, been there 3 days. I'll go to Takoradi, I'll go to North just to locate the debtors.
So it means staffs are movable
Yeah, sure.
in the line of duty.
Yeah.
I see. So then, what do you tell people who are not familiar with the works of debt recovery companies in Ghana, even though you exist and you are performing?
Yeah, what I would say on that is it's true, people are not aware of debt recovery in Ghana because
Those within the business cycle, of course, let's give them the benefit of the doubt,
sure.
are quite aware, especially the corporate institutions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there are some significant number of people who have complete no idea. And with such people, what do you have to tell them?
Yeah, on that, even for me to say, some of the debtors, even if you invite them to your office, when they show up, they will tell you, oh, I didn't know that there's something like this exists. So I also have a data out there, so shall I bring it? And we always have a nice way to talk to them because it's a conflict of interest. For us to have a contract for somebody, we are collecting for you and you're also pushing us. Then we have to be pushing around. So we have a standard, and based on our policy and regulations, that we didn't go into any other contract if we have our data. But on that, the people out there, what I would say is, there's debt recovery companies in Ghana. We have few of them. But people are still ignorant about it. But our policy, you see, we believe in something that I said, you are in business. First, something called customer services. We provide that to your data. That's what brought the relationship before you give things on credit.
Okay.
Okay, so first, conflict of interest counts. Second, the relationship that you have first. Sometimes you can even go based on the good trust that you have for your data as at that time. You can go into a discussion that is not necessary. That is your family issues and all that. They can listen to your background, everything about you. So when they go into credit or a debt, they may know what you can do. So they will not take you seriously. Or the relationship that you create, sometimes it can even be your family member and all those kind of stuff, people you know, or through somebody that you get to know the data. So all this conflict came. When it show up, you can be able to collect your money. But when we come in, we avoid all those things. And we always communicate to our clients. So far as we are handling the debt, just keep out of it.
Okay, so it's that remain pure business.
Easily.
I see.
You are totally out, you the clients.
Okay,
You
so
have
it
no
means
right.
then the company takes over completely.
Completely. You have no right to have a communication to the data anymore.
On a more serious note, and viewers, I'd like to know, what then do you attribute to the rising or the increase of debt in terms of businesses, where now companies have large chunk of bad debts? Is it as a result of companies, SMEs, or bigger entities not doing much, what do we call it, risk analysis before doing transactions, or not doing more due diligence before providing services, and then their capitals get locked up? Because it seems like it's increasing, and the clients in some instances have a very nice, deceivious way of showing a character that they will indeed pay for the service they are going to request for, and in the end, they don't give up.
Yeah, on that, what I would say is, like as you said, I'm selling iron rocks, and I'm looking for a buyer.
Okay.
The first time that you have shown up to me, you buy it at a particular sum of money, you'll be able to pay cash. This relationship you have created, and it happens that you have been coming more to be buying from me. So I can give you, and there was a time I'll even be convinced to give you more so that you can pay. This relationship all late. But based on the topic you said, that what's create the debt? Let's say you are CEO, let's say you are CEO of a particular company. You have employed people to work for you. That's why I said we will have people who are familiar.
Okay.
Let's say you are my friend. I was a SME officer at this particular bank. You need a facility. I'm the one who's supposed to go and assess you, and you are my friend. I will not tell the corporate bodies that you are my friend.
But it's against policies of...
Exactly. But it happens to be that the people that you are getting to work for you, those are the challenges. Because you are...
Are you saying we allow relationship businesses to take over clean business transactions?
Yeah, that's what happens. Sometimes when you go into business, we are on the foot, we realize that those are the key things that is happening. Some people are giving facility to their family members, their aunties, their sisters. So you are the SME, and you are the SME officer. You are the same person who have to go and recover that money. So your sister may tell you, or you yourself, you know what is ever is happening. And when you go and defend. And your boss there doesn't know that the loan or the facility you're giving to your sister. So you can realize that this thing will be locked out there. Once you go back and be telling your boss different things altogether. You also cannot do all. So you still rely on your feedback to work with. So when we go to the food, these are the challenges that we experience. We realize that some of them are family members, some of them are friends. Some of them are relationships that they, let's say, even
so close.
Exactly. And some of them are conflict of interest. If I say that that particular credit officer have given a facility and take some tip.
So retrieval becomes a problem.
A problem.
One of the biggest causes of collapse in terms of SMEs among other small businesses is as a result of bad debt.
Yes, sure.
Bad debt in the case that companies have done businesses and are not able to retrieve monies. In fact, they can't even break even.
Yeah.
And so if you can't break even, how then do you even get your capital back, let alone to talk about interest that follows? So then what advice do you have for business owners?
Yeah, what I would say is there should be a system in place. You know, now we are having this technology way, processing like these softwares that are coming, way of assessing. For example, I want to give an example. There's a company in Ghana now that they have a software. And what they do is, you just go, you take your phone, there's application, you log in your informations. When you are approved, the system itself will approve you. That means you are qualified for the facility. If you're not qualified, the system will reject you. Those are the key things that are coming to the system. On this, nobody will come to your house. You just provide, they demand, they have a requirement that you provide. When you go to their business sector, their office.
Most of these e-apps that you are talking about are very reliable. But then there is always the question mark from the data that is being fed into the apps.
Yeah.
How reliable and creditable what do we call it? The info is. Because if I'm going to purchase something and I know my salary might not allow me to get that figure, of course I'll inflate the salary. So how do such apps authenticate? So sometimes physical follow-ups have to come in.
Yeah, that's why I said that we have requirements. Those apps still have requirements because sometimes they will demand for your statements, your bank statement. Some will demand for your paying slips. You have those hard copy before you go into the app. So whatever you have logged into the app, if it doesn't tally with the hard copy that you are having, I think even the people at the back office will be able to reject you. They can reject you that whatever you have logged in is not tallying with.
What is the feedback you get from debtors that you go to retrieve monies from? Are they frustrated, angry that the owner himself haven't come for it? A company is rather coming for it. Do they understand? Are they welcoming? Or how are the feedbacks?
See, one thing I would say, I always want to let people know, nobody will take facility or buy things or credit and you want to pay.
Nobody would
love to pay.
Okay.
Let's say I went and take a loan from bank and I'm happy that I'm paying the loan back.
But you were happy collecting it.
Exactly, that's how it works. So in our mentality as a debt recovery company, first collect, I'll search for we to go for the money. We know that you are not willing to pay. And anything that comes to our table, we believe that is a bad debt. That is how we call it in our office. is a bad debt because we believe that you, the client, if you can collect, you have collected already. And the debtor, we realize that we told ourselves that the debtor is not having the money. So our pressure normally goes that go and find the money and come and pay. Those are the languages that we have. So anything that hits our table is a bad debt. And you, the debtor out there, when we are coming for you, we know that you are not having the money, whether you have or not. So we have our strategies that we will go and the way we can collect the money for our debtors.
There's another issue, the procedure between yourself and the client who walks in with his request for you to go for his debt on his behalf. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, what we normally do is we have some of them will call us. We are ready to work to you. That's our way. If you call us, we book appointments, we'll come over, we'll do presentation. After the presentation, there should be a consensus. That's the two of us have to understand each other. When we have that, we have a written agreement where we have a contract that both parties have to sign. And on that, you give us a power of attorney.
Okay, just a minute. Viewers, the discussion is getting very interesting. Welcome back to the program, The Platform of Truth. We are discussing the topic, debt recovery in Ghana. Watu Suleiman, kamende nkoma kenka, baridi na ngaida watu iyaye mu fulana wa Allah ya musu albarka musamman kuma she mu ce kaman wato kilarin dikko da kilarin jallo da kilarin CDB haka ma da kilarin sise sai mu ce kamar muna gaida ko musamman wato shi shehu mu malam Ali na akwai malalle sai mu ce haifuwa ya albarka hajiya kalsum in kina kallon mu barkanki da warhaka kuma wato fulanawan mun da kuke wato a Suchari Junction duka na gaida ku kan wanga shirye-shiryen mu madan da manki sai mu ce Allah ya muku albarka duk mai neman wato nono mai lafiya sai ya koma gida kenan ya je ya gan wato madan da manta daga Asuchari Junction kun samu wato nono mai kyau da ba garwaye ba. So let me come back to you, Suleiman. You were talking about the power of attorney. Yeah.
Yeah, the power of attorney, the content, you are giving us a legal right.
Okay.
For us to collect your money on your behalf, and you are giving us that power that we can use any act, both our solicitors, our lawyers, to collect the money for you. That's what the power of attorney. So after you sign the power of attorney for us, we have to go to commission of oaths, where we have to seal it and for them to witness before we go into the process.
So with all this documentation, then of course you should have a limit of money that you are going for. Other than that, even these petty documentations is going to consume money and time, I believe.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me put out the numbers for First Collect Ghana Limited viewers. You can reach First Collect Ghana Limited on 0302 225472. I repeat, 0302-225472. And also on this number, 055-377-5052. And I repeat once again, 055-377-5052. Ghana Limited is actually a debt collecting company located at Car Price, indeed, second floor of Clean Hands building. Just at where the taxi rank is. Let them come in to give you a helping hand. Today we spoke to an entrepreneur and also a CEO, a very gentle Muslim guy, Abdul Suleiman Isa, who is the founder and then the chief executive officer. Indeed, he has made several explanations as to how the debt collecting business goes. And lastly too, what are some of the clients you have?
So far, we have many of clients, but few that I said. We have Central Steel, one of the leading iron rods company in Ghana here.
Okay.
We have Unicorn Credit, we have First Track Microfinance, Albury Microfinance, and we have a lot. And we have Yahoo Ekodia Import and Export. It's a company in China that have supplied things to Ghana here. We also have them on our list that we are recovering from.
I see. Those are the bigger clients.
Yes, so far. But we have majority. A lot is there.
Okay. Well, viewers watching us, this is the Platform of Truth. I remain your regular host, Alhaji Osmano Guarantee. And indeed,